population in this country, both certainly health care, educational expenses, and the like. So everything has to be gauged on that basis as to exactly what it is that, the amount of money that it would cost us to try and prevent the action in the first place, as opposed to what it costs if we do nothing at all. Now, everybody has said today, I think almost everyone on the panel, with rare exception, has agreed that borders are important. There were a couple of people who suggested, or at least one, and said that to her and many of her friends, they were not. They really didn't matter. Borders didn't really exist down here for them. I would suggest that that's not a unique impression for a lot of people in and around this area, that borders don't matter. But let me just suggest to us all that this is not a problem that is faced only by the people in this particular area. They are impacted dramatically by it, undeniably. But so is the rest of the United States of America. And as members of Congress, we have a responsibility, we have a duty to do what we can to protect and defend the nation as a whole. And so it extends to looking at the borders and seeing what we can do, even though there are people in the area that may disagree with the implementation. We have to, as I say, our responsibility is something else. It's broader than that. And we have to come to the realization, the understanding that there are people here who really don't believe borders are important, especially the border between Mexico and the United States, that wish that it didn't exist. And in their minds, it really doesn't. But for the rest of us, and for the security of the nation as a whole, we have to take into consideration the fact that there are much bigger issues at play here than someone's multiculturalist attitude toward borders. And that's all that I suggest that we all do when we look at this. This is a very serious issue, and if you don't like a fence around or between Mexico, and if you don't want a fence between the city and Mexico, I suggest then you build the fence around the northern part of your city.